track needs to step and run a race to warrant some respect in the big dance as they turn in. NZB Air Freight Ashburton Flying Stakes at Group 2. Over in the back straight, we have the Australian Rock and Roll Do taking on Our Best in his aim for IRT New Zealand Cup glory. NZB Air Freight Ashburton Flying Stakes. We're set for a start now. Already, Strands release, and they're off. He galloped away, Rock and Roll Do. He's up in the air. South Coast Arden bobbled away as well. Rock and Roll Do now settles. South Coast Arden settles as well, but they're a mile back, and BD Joe took an absolute flyer from barrier 1. So BD Joe found his way onto the lead early by 2 lengths on Pembroke Playboy. He's a sport over to third on the outside of Ultra Wise Guy, who's on the pegs. 2 lengths away then to Self Assured, lands himself in the 1-1 early on the outside of Spankham. Old Town Road began midfield, 2 lengths away then Got You Covered. 2.5 away to Cranbourne on the outside of South Coast Arden, and Rock and Roll Do is 3 lengths away last. It's BD Joe and Benjamin Butcher on their first lap of the NZB Air Freight Ashburton Flying Stakes. Leads the way by 1.5 on Pembroke Playboy and Ultra Wise Guy. He's a sport in the open. Here's Michael Stanley off and around them with Rock and Roll Do. He's sending the Australian forward on a mission. Gets on by Self Assured in the running line. 4 deep along the inside is Ultra Wise Guy, followed through by South Coast Arden. Old Town Road third from last, and then Got You Covered, and 2 lengths away to Cranbourne at the back. BD Joe works them out of the straight, 2 lengths in front of Pembroke Playboy. Rock and Roll Do now finds the breeze third, and 3 back along the inside is Ultra Wise Guy. 1-1 He's a Sport on the outside of Spankham, and Self Assured is 7 or 8 lengths off the lead of the favourite. To his inside is South Coast Arden, a length away to Old Town Road, and then Cranbourne the inner, and Got You Covered last. They have 11.50 left to travel, and it's BD Joe to the back. BD Joe by 1.5 on Pembroke Playboy. Rock and Roll Do gets closer. 1-1 He's a Sport, and Ultra Wise Guy 3 back along the inside. Then Spankham and Self Assured travelling together. South Coast Arden and his fellow North Islander Old Town Road are well back, and then came the White Runners, Got You Covered, and Cranbourne about to get to the serious part. 800 metres left to go. BD Joe trying to shrug them off, leads by a length on Rock and Roll Do. Waiting on the down by the seaside passing lane, Pembroke Playboy, then He's a Sport. 3 back along the inside, Ultra Wise Guy. South Self Assured is about 5 off them. Then came Spankham from Old Town Road. South Coast Arden, Got You Covered, and Cranbourne is last. BD Joe the leader, but the Australians about to level up. Rock and Roll Do the outside. Pembroke Playboy awaits the inside run, then He's a Sport. Self Assured with a bit to do. Then came Ultra Wise Guy and Spankham. BD Joe found a kick at the top of the straight. He shrugged off Rock and Roll Do. About to get the inside run, Pembroke Playboy into the clear. Ultra Wise Guy up the inside. BD Joe the leader. Ultra Wise Guy and Pembroke Playboy coming at him. Then came Spankham. BD Joe in front from Pembroke Playboy. Old Town Road's flashing home late, and then came Ultra Wise Guy. BD Joe's in front, and BD Joe won the Flying Stakes. Old Town Road, a proper horse. He's run second. Third across, I think, Ultra Wise Guy. Then came Spankham from Pembroke Playboy. Rock and Roll Do was brave. He finished and beat a few home. Then came South Coast Arden. Self Assured finished midfield with Got You Covered, Cranbourne, and He's a Sport. Ooh. There'd be some serious thinking going on in terms of the IRT New Zealand Cup in Wellington at the bookmaker's desk after that. BD Joe the winner. The roll with Joe, 4-year-old, so dangerous in front. Barrier 1, a little bit of a concern, but he's been able to control the race and hold them off.